Mondi, here we are again, man. News, reviews, updates, tidbits, factoids, and today we got a big one. I don't know what that means. Nigga just throwing up dang signs. Okay. All right, I immediately went to Crips. Okay, got. Anyway, make sure you guys like the video,
Yes,
comment down below,
please
and
do.
subscribe to the Current Era Pod.
And please share if you are feeling frisky.
Yeah,
A lot of fun
let's do it.
reviews I want to get into today. Let's start off with the review section.
All right.
So I finished 2 shows and I watched 2 films. How about you?
Uh, I for sure have a movie, but I feel like I finished the show, but I didn't write
Ironheart?
it down. No, hell no, I didn't watch that bullshit.
Oh wow.
I can't remember. Maybe it'll come to me. But go ahead, get your stuff out the way. Your shows.
In the movie was only Superman, I assume.
It was Superman.
You didn't watch Jurassic World?
I didn't have time.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll get my shows out the way. The first review, guys, is for Squid Game season 3, which is now streaming on Netflix. I feel like it still should have been called Squid Game season 2, part 2, because of the way it leads off directly into the season. But sure, whatever. Season 3. Now, I was worried with this show immediately off the fact that we had a lack of the front man. For those who don't know, the front man is the main antagonist of the Squid Game. He's the one that runs the whole Squid Game. And he has a very cool dynamic with the main character named Ki-hun, who in season 2 of the show was really explored very deeply. And it's like almost like a Lex Luthor or like a Batman Joker type thing where these guys are always on screen together and they're butting heads. And it's just a fun dynamic to have. And he wasn't really in season 3 that much. And I thought that was really felt like the worst. Their difference in ideologies, kind of like I said, are like a Lex Luthor, Superman, Batman, Joker thing. It's always just fascinating to see him on screen, and I thought that the lack of him in this season was just a very weird decision, in my opinion. Now, I feel like this show will still live the test of time, just overall, Squid Game, because of the way it impacted the world when it hit in the pandemic, and it's still pretty good storytelling, but I feel like its novelty has kind of worn off a little bit with each passing season. I think that the overall aesthetic of it all is something that will live on as well, like just the juxtaposition between these kid games, these Squid Games, so to speak, and this very just violent and despair that's been going on with the actual Squid Games itself will make for a very like overall just a memorable show. But this season, I am getting like diminishing returns with each season, if I'm being honest, and so I feel like it should have ended after season 1 because that was such an iconic season. And I'm leaning 60-40 towards that fact that it should have ended after season 1. Now, like I said earlier, this season I'll give it a B minus C plus, only because the novelty wanes. I think anytime you have like a fresh idea, we see it all the time. Like let's say with A Quiet Place, that first movie was just so special because it was so new, and when you keep weighing it or you keep tapping that idea and keep showing it over and over again, it really just kind of drives it home that it's not that fresh anymore. So that's how I felt overall about this season. Um, Still, I recommend it to anybody who wants to see good TV, but I give it a C plus or yeah C plus for Studio 3.
Okay. I actually did remember the show. It is My Hero Academia Vigilantes,
Oh, okay.
season 1.
I debated on watching this. I'm interested to hear your review, actually.
Yeah, man. So, look, first of all, for anybody that doesn't know, I love the original show. I love My Hero Academia. Deku is one of my favorite anime characters of all time. I know he gets a lot of rap because he's always crying and shit, but I love Deku. I really do. And I was super excited for this Vigilante show. I did not read the manga for either one of these shows because I wanted to be completely surprised. And man, this was I'm as Monty was saying, I'm happy to report. This is
Fuck you.
this is bitch. This is actually like a really solid season of My Hero. And
Oh wow.
for anyone that doesn't understand what this is essentially a kind of B or even C story of different characters in the My Hero Academia universe. At the same time that certain events are ongoing. And the Vigilantes tag is because they're actually vigilantes. If you know anything about My Hero Academia, you have to be registered to be a superhero. And if you're not, you're essentially breaking the law. Like they have laws in place for heroes and villains and so on and so forth. So
Wait, so is it an anthology or is it following one singular character?
no, it's following a group of characters. It's following
Okay.
these 3 characters, which are all great in their own right. And I feel like obviously the creator of My Hero Academia is obviously a huge fan of just comic books in general.
Oh,
And
sure.
you see it all the time in My Hero, especially with Deku. You see the Spider-Man comparison so often in the character, not just the way the character's drawn, but just some of the stills from the manga. You're just that's just panel for panel, like a Spider-Man shot. And you get the same thing here in another character, which I won't spoil for anybody that hasn't seen the show. But man, it's like obviously the scale is different because like in My Hero, it's like a world ending battle between heroes and villains, and that's not what you're getting here.
Mm-hmm.
But you're getting something with stakes nonetheless. And this story has really it actually has heart, and it has fun characters too. And of course, because it's in the same universe, you may or may not see somebody you may or may not know. And look, man, I really enjoyed this. This shit had me hooked week to week. Like I was just like, I need to see this show. But look, I keep in mind, I am a super fan of this universe, so I may enjoy this more than other people, but I still think that this is a good story, good characters, and good heart, man. It gave me everything I wanted in a season, and it made me want season 2, which is coming out, I think, early next year. So I am giving this a B plus. This is a really good damn show. This is a really good show in my opinion.
Are you really a super fan though? Because you don't watch any of the movies, and I do.
I've seen every My Hero Academia movie.
No, like the one that came out in theaters last year.
I didn't watch it in theaters, but I saw the movie.
Oh, you saw it? Okay. You never told me your review on anything like that.
Well, because the movies aren't canon, so it doesn't matter to me.
They aren't canon.
No, they're not canon, nigga. Do you see Bakugo running around with One for All? No, like movies are not canon.
I didn't know they weren't canon. Okay, sorry. So, but last question. I ain't interested. Like, what are the three quirks of the three main heroes that we follow? I just like to.
You want me to tell you that? Okay.
Yeah,
No, I'm not going to say that because that's going to whatever. If you don't care, I don't care. So the main characters, his quirk is how I describe it. His superhero name or his vigilante name is the Crawler. He essentially can move very fast. If he has three of his appendages touching a surface, he can move and glide on the surface. The other hero's name is Pop. She can jump really high, and the other character does not have powers that we know of yet.
those quirks sound cheeks. But okay, I'm sure they're using it very.
Like I said, they're vigilantes. They're this ain't 1A, bitch. This ain't 1A, bitch. This is not 1A. Temper your expectations for that.
3 appendages on the ground and move fast. Okay, next review, guys, is for Ironheart, which is now streaming on Disney Plus. I'll be out the gate and say I did not enjoy this show, and I thought it was almost bad. I don't think it's quite a bad show, but I do want to say this though. Everybody that's hating on this show even before it came out, or hated just because of the fact that it's a black lead, a black female lead at that, fuck y'all. We are not on the same team. I want to make it very clear. We are not on the same team here. Like I don't want y'all guys to roll your opinions into mine. I don't like it because of the fact of its merit, not because of other things, outside factors. Now, Dominique Thorne, who is the lead, Ironheart, Riri Williams, I've always thought, even since like Wakanda Forever, that I just find myself kind of annoyed by her. And I don't think that her acting, especially in that movie when she's surrounded by great actors like Letitia Wright and Denai Guerrero, Angela Bassett, I just thought her acting was like CW is her ceiling.
Damn.
I feel like it's ever apparent here as well. She's just not the best actress, and I don't think she was able to lead this show or command the screen the way I wanted her to for a lead in the show. However, I do want to say that Anthony Ramos, who plays the villain, the Hood, I think he's always great for me. He's been. I love Anthony Ramos. He's so great, and I thought he's actually a really good villain. I put him in like a B or A tier villain, believe it or not, even in this show that wasn't that good to me. I would have loved to actually get his own story. Like maybe the show was called The Hood, and we get to see maybe Ironheart's an ancillary piece to his story, and he's just so fascinating, and his character is very fascinating as well. Now, my biggest problem with the show, believe it or not, is not even with any of the plot details or the characters, which are not that good either, but it's in regards to how the mainstream media oftentimes portrays the Hood, and I feel like I have two theories. Either like people that are writing these stories are not from the Hood, or they aren't they aren't black, should I say, or ideally, I think not ideally, but I think both is also happening as well, because it's always like these broad archetypes of people that aren't, they feel like very campy and cartoonish. And I get it's a Disney, like we can't get the real, injustices of what's going on, and you can't get like a real picture of the Hood or whatnot. But like it just feels so corny to me, and it almost feels like I said, just very like archetypical. Is that a word?
Sure.
I'm not sure. I don't care. It's been bothering me. It just bothers me here as well. I feel like also people have been. So earlier, I said that people were hating the show before it even came out just because of the black woman as lead or whatever. But also, that's just as detrimental as people who are praising the show just because of it's a black woman as the lead. I see both sides of the spectrum. So I see people out there, people reviews like, oh, this show is amazing. It's one of the best shows the MCU has ever had. White people. And I feel like that kind of fake allyship is very detrimental, because if you ask these same people, okay, this show is so good, can you name your top 3 MCU shows? they won't even name it, just to kind of give you an idea of like they're just saying this shit to kind of give this fake support. And I feel like black art oftentimes is often condemned because we try to either anoint something because it's just black art, or it's not giving the same fair criticism that other artists give, and that in the long run hurts us more than it helps us. And so I don't think you can look at this show objectively like, oh, this is a good show. I feel like and I see it happening a lot on like TikTok reviews and stuff like that. So even Disney didn't believe in the show. Look at how they released the schedule. It's fucking weird as hell. They put 3 episodes one week and then the final 3 the following week. I don't think they knew this show couldn't keep people captivated from week to week for a 6 week period or a 5 week period. So overall, I give the show a C minus, man. Guys, if anybody wants the show to win, I promise you it's me. I promise you it's me. I'm just being truthful. I'm just being truthful, man. It wasn't that good. So yeah.
You know, I mean, what about the big reveal that everybody's waiting for since WandaVision? I mean, it didn't mean anything to you.
I'm so glad you mentioned that.
It didn't mean anything.
Mephisto fans.
He's finally here. We did it. We did it.
He came in Ironheart, believe it or not. I will say this, though. I think what they did with her character in regards to how she ties into Mephisto is very interesting. I think that could be very interesting down the line.
Sure.
I like how they went there. Like, she's not just this picture perfect person. But in terms of the Mephisto reveal itself and the character of Sacha Baron Cohen as the, I need to see more of him. Yeah, I mean, it was okay. I'm glad you Marvel fans finally got that. Y'all been asking for that since WandaVision, bro.
It's Mephisto. It's Mephisto. It's him.
It's him.
You got him, guys. Congrats.
Niggas ain't read one issue of
Issue 47.
Issue 47, right. Next thing, before we get into the big one, which is Superman, which I'm so excited to talk about. Let's talk about Jurassic World Rebirth. Oh my god.
All right.
Okay, so this movie, to give you an idea of how I feel about this movie, the first opening scene of this movie starts off with a Snicker wrapper. I promise you guys, if you watch the movie, you know what I'm talking about. A candy bar wrapper somehow blows up and through a trail of events ends up destroying an entire laboratory. So it starts off like Final Destination style. And I was like, okay, what the fuck are we in for? And I got what I pretty much expected, man, which is not a good movie. And it's so sad because Scarlett Johansson, who I think is a really talented actress, I think she just was not invested into the source material at all. She didn't care. Remember when the trailer first came out, but she don't look like she didn't really involved, that she really cared about this movie. And I can see it here. Like, she just didn't care, bro, because I've seen her be so good in so many other things before. And, she gave nothing, bro. And other talented actors as well, like Mahershala Ali, phoning it in my opinion. Jonathan Bailey, who we just saw in Wicked, phoning it in. And just the fact that they hired a 5'2" white woman on this expedition to a monstrous island as the lead is insane to me. And I found myself asking one of the most crazy questions ever, which is like, where the fuck is Chris Pratt? Like, I would have loved to see Chris Pratt. Because at least say what you want about that trilogy that he did, you know.
He was entertaining.
He was entertaining. He's a good lead. And even fucking Bryce Dallas Howard, like, bring somebody in this story who actually cares about this and has some kind of, screen presence. And I just didn't see it from Scarlett Johansson at all. It's so funny because whenever like the Jurassic World score would play, the iconic, John Williams score,
yep,
I would automatically smile no matter how bad the movie was, and then I would instantly I would regret that because it was just, I'd be like, oh my god, here we are with this fucking soulless movie, and I kept asking myself, like, why am I bored watching these dinosaurs on the screen? Like, this should not be happening at all. And the CG, which is not the thing that I don't always critique all the time, but it was noticeably worse than even the previous trilogy. Like, it was this CG. I don't know if it was rushed or whatever, but the dinosaurs did not look good at all. I think this is going to age like milk, like in like 5 to 10 years, in terms of just the effects overall. I felt
Mr.
like
Critical over here, boy. Oh my god!
I felt like a Scrooge in the crowd, speaking of critical, because like I'm watching this movie in just pure disgust, honestly. And people are just having a good time. Like, you can feel the energy of the people around you. It was a packed out theater. People were having a great time. When the movie ended, the crowd started clapping. I was like, am I in the fucking Twilight Zone? Like, what the fuck did we just watch? So knowing that, you'll probably love it because we always disagree on this kind of shit. But
can't wait to see it now.
Yeah, man.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Something Monty hates, apparently.
That's all you fucking care about. So,
You're goddamn right. You're goddamn right.
But yeah, man, I think this is the reason why like film or the movies is in a bad place right now, in my opinion. Like movies like this, Minecraft, Lilo and Stitch, they make tons of fucking money, and studios are just they see this reaction of, okay, well, we're just gonna keep making these soulless movies and and keep putting these big stars in them, and people will come out and see them, and we'll just make a lot of money. And it's so funny that people will go out and support this, but then when it comes to a movie like an original idea, like a 28 years later, that film is considered divisive amongst fans. I'm like, at least they try to do something here. There's a craftsmanship behind the material, but I'm
Mm.
sounding pretentious, but whatever.
Yeah.
I think this is the worst film in the entire Jurassic Park franchise, worse than Jurassic Park 1, 2, and 3, and the entire Chris Pratt trilogy.
Wow.
Um, I do have a pitch though. I would
Oh
love.
boy.
So first of all, I give the film I give it a C minus. I would love an MCU style Jurassic Park movie. And what I mean by that is, if you know Marvel Comics, you know there's a place in the Marvel Comics called the Savage Land, which the X-Men travel to a lot. That's it's in Antarctica. It's full of dinosaurs. I would love a team of like street level characters, like let's say like Yelena or Punisher, Bucky, Hawkeye. Put them on this island, have them do some kind of extraction mission with dinosaurs. I think that'd be so cool. Like a way to like kind of like revitalize the dinosaur movies, with our favorite MCU characters. That's my pitch. So Kevin Feige, if you hear me, just give me like 2%. I'll take it. I'll be a fucking millionaire. Thank you.
Wow. Okay.
Let's talk about Superman. Please give me your thoughts. And guys, for the record, me and Julian's favorite superhero is both Superman, right?
It is.
Yes.
Mhm.
So we have a vested interest in this film. But go ahead.
Yeah. My most anticipated film of the year.
Hmm.
Uh,
It's coming. I know. I
in
saw
one
it's coming.
word, I was disappointed, bitch. Now, let
Mm.
me give just Monty, just sit back, don't say nothing, just let me rant, please.
Of course. Go ahead.
All right, look. So I I have let Monty be critical about everything that we just talked about, and I was waiting. I was like, bitch, it's my turn. It's my turn. Okay, guys.
It's my turn.
Look, guys. When James Gunn signed on to head the DCU, I was excited. I was like, okay, clearly he knows what he's doing. He knows how to build a franchise. He has experience. He has credits. Like he can do this. And then when I heard that he was redoing Superman, I was like, oh. And I think I was like one of the only ones that was like, I don't think this is a good idea. Like I've been saying this consistently since the news came out that he was doing Superman.
He
My
has.
biggest problem with James Gunn is that he knows how to have fun, which hey, I love me some fun. There's nothing more important, by the way, in the movies than having fun to me, unless it's with Superman, bitch.
Mm.
And I was just so worried. I was just like, man, like I don't want just a James Gunn style Superman movie. And boy, that's what the fuck I got, bitch, whether I liked it or not. And look, man, look, James Gunn is who James Gunn is, right? Like he can only do what he knows, and what he knows how to do is to have a lighthearted, super fun, just crazy style. We got to have the 360 slow mo action scene with the white music blasting. We've got to have the ancillary character that's there just for laughs. We've got to have the insane animal character that's just doing insane shit. Like this is just what James Gunn is, and realistically, it's my fault for like expecting literally anything different. Like, I mean, I guess I just thought that he would understand that Superman doesn't really fit that mold, and he just doesn't get it. In my opinion, he just does not get it. And at this point, I am extremely worried for the DCU. And like, I honestly like this. Like, I saw this movie on Tuesday and a special screening through Amazon Prime. This ruined my entire week. I had tickets to go see Jurassic World, and I canceled it. I was like, I don't have the mental capacity to be disappointed again.
Mm.
And like, there's just so many things about this movie that just hurt. So one was the tone. Once I realized the tone was the tone very early on, I was kind of just like, oh. And as the movie was going on, I just kind of slumped further and further down in my seat until it was over. And the post credits and the mid credits just had me ready to just get the fuck out of there because they just meant nothing. Were there good things about this movie? Of course there were. Is this a bad film? I don't think that it is. And I do think that the masses are going to eat this movie up just like they eat up anything, which is, I mean, whatever. But as somebody that is actually a fan of the character and a fan of the material, I don't see how you can objectively say that this is a good Superman movie, in my opinion.
Mm.
And the reality is, you just stated that Jurassic World is the worst Jurassic World. I think this might be one of the worst Superman movies, aside from maybe like Superman 3. Like, like give me Superman 1 and 2.
Go ahead.
Superman 4 is what I meant. Sorry. Give me the first three Christopher Reeves movie. Give me Superman Returns and give me Man of Steel. Like, bro, like I just
BVS.
absolutely hell yeah. And look, people, Monty, don't get me started, bitch. I'm already ranting. Don't make me have a fucking sub rant right here because Batman vs Superman is a fucking masterpiece. Anyway, anyway. Look, man, like there was we went through this whole thing of like everything doesn't have to be serious. Everything doesn't have to be dark and gritty. And we need more light in the world. We need more levity. And I never agreed with that, to be completely honest. But if that's how you feel, you're in for a treat. You're gonna love this. You're gonna love this James Gunn style Superman movie. Okay, so now I have to talk about some of the actual problems that I have with the film instead of just ranting. So Superman loses every single fight in this movie aside from the end. And I understand that it's a film and Superman can't just come in there and just kick everybody's ass. But to have him like lose every fight is crazy. Like to lose, like I mean, like he got his ass beat. Go ahead.
Can I add something real quick? Yeah, I have a problem with that as well, and I'll get into it during my review. But Gunn did say that he kind of was inspired by Raimi's Spider-Man, and he lost a lot in Spider-Man 1 and 2, and so I just want to say that just to give you some context.
Yeah, well, that's Spider-Man and Superman, bitch. And again, that just goes back to the fact that James Gunn just doesn't get the character, man. He just doesn't understand, in my opinion. Another thing is crypto, man. Crypto, it's so funny. Like I'm talking about a fucking CGI dog. The CGI was borderline terrible to me at times in terms of crypto. But I completely understand why they CGI'd him because of all the stuff that he was doing and all the craziness that he was in. I know for a fact that the kids are going to love Crypto the Superdog. Well, I didn't. I'm not a fucking child. I didn't. Anytime he was on the screen, I was basically rolling my eyes. There were once the film got announced and they were telling us that this character is going to be in it, this character is going to be in it, this character is going to be in it. I was like, okay, this is still a Superman film, right? And honestly, it still is. So I will give James Gunn credit for that, for having a pretty big cast of characters in terms of Hawk Girl, in terms of Green Lantern, in terms of Mr. Terrific, Lois and Jimmy, like Perry, Metamorpho. Yeah, like there's a lot of characters that could have actually stolen time and made this kind of more like a jumbled thing, which it really wasn't. Like they were there. Certain characters had certain things to do, but to me, it was still a Superman-centric story. Nicholas Holt's Lex Luthor, people are trying to say, oh, he's way better than Jesse Eisenberg. Bitch, that he's in hell. Like he better be. Like he better fucking be better than Jesse Eisenberg. Like, but even he was just okay to me. He was not just this savant, just this like people like, oh, that Galileo speech. Like it meant nothing to me. Like it was just a speech. Like, but again, the masses love to overhype and you know that's just who they are. They're ants. Corn Sweat as Superman, he was also just fine. But like to me, there was no like standout, not even Mr. Terrific. And I know all the niggas love Mr. Terrific. I'm Mr. Terrific, bitch. Like, cool, man. But he didn't stand out to me. I'm sorry, he just didn't. But yeah, ultimately, this is not a good Superman movie, in my opinion. This is not what I wanted from a Superman movie. The DCU is in absolute trouble, in my opinion. The Supergirl thing meant absolutely nothing to me. And James Gunn posed it, so it would mean nothing to me. But now I really don't want to see that movie. Like I actually, you know what? Because it's Supergirl and Lobo and Jason Momoa's Lobo, and like I know what to expect now. Maybe I will see that movie and just not care, and like you know, and just have fun. Maybe that's what it is. But I will leave you with this. I'm going to leave you two things. One, you have said this multiple times. There is no fucking way that Robert Pattinson's Batman fits in this universe at all. There's literally no way. Done deal. There's no way it's not a thing. Two, I have no idea what they're going to do with Batman, but if they make a Batman movie like this, I think I'm just done, bro. Like I don't.
He's not done.
Look, I'm
this man, yo. I'm sorry.
Look, I didn't watch Ironheart. No, I Am Groot. Like the MCU's losing me. Okay. And the DCU does not have years to fuck with my life like the MCU did. I'm telling you, bro. Like, if James Gunn puts out some bullshit like this, I'm done with the DCU if he does it with Batman, Brave and the Bold, or whatever the fuck he calls it. So I give this movie a C. This movie is as average and as mediocre as I've ever seen. I couldn't wait to get out of the theater. It literally ruined my week. I don't want to see this anymore. I had to be the bearer of bad news to my entire family, essentially, because they were all asking me because they knew I was so excited to see this movie. And I was like, I didn't like it. And they were like, oh, no. I was like, yeah, sorry. Like, you want to go see it with us this weekend? I don't. No. Y'all have fun. Go ahead, Monty. I'm sorry. I ranted for too long. I apologize. It's on you, Monty. Tell me how you felt. Tell me you loved it. Tell me.
A rant can never be too long. But yeah, I was also disappointed. But I liked it more than you, a lot more than you.
Good.
So let me get into my review. As I said, favorite superhero of all time is Superman. Now, I want to break it down piece by piece. 'Cause I think you made some very good points. First of all, David Cornswell, I disagree. I think I like him a lot. I like him a lot as Superman. I wish I got to see more from his Clark Kent. We barely got to see any Clark Kent in the film. I don't. In regards to me comparing him to Henry Cavill and Zack Snyder, guys, for those who don't know, I love what Man of Steel did. I love
Mm-hmm.
most of what BBS does. I feel like Henry Cavill has just a godlike aura that David
Mm-hmm.
Cornswell does not have.
Not yet, anyway.
But David Cornswell has the other side of the spectrum, which I think Superman needs. Well, he's very relatable, feels like the everyman, and I feel like why Christopher Reeve is so special is because he's the perfect balance of both. He feels this otherworldly, godly being while also being just a regular guy. And so I like what David Cornswell brought from that facet in comparison to Henry Cavill's Superman. Now, Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane, I really liked her a lot as Lois Lane. I was seeing all these little stupid shit before the movie came out. Oh, she's not bad enough. I thought she was really good in the film. Um, I wish her and Clark had more time to develop a chemistry, so by the time the end comes and they're having that beautiful moment, we could actually care more.
Mm-hmm.
But I liked her so much in this role. I want to just see more of her, what she does as an actress, and any other thing that she does. I think she's really talented, in my opinion. Nicholas Holt. I've said this on the pod for years. You know I've said this. He's never bad in anything that he does. He's
Mm-hmm.
never bad. He's always just super serviceable. And I feel the same way here, man. It's just Lex Luthor. I feel like the world's trying to deem him as this next, just superstar. I've never seen it. I didn't see it in Nosferatu. I didn't see it in Mad Max. I didn't see it in X-Men. I've never seen it. And his Lex Luthor, I think, has great moments because of the writing and all that kind of stuff. But his delivery, his performance, my dream cast for Lex Luthor, just by the way, so I noticed Brian. It's always been Bryan Cranston. I think he is just the perfect Lex Luthor. I think he's getting a little bit older up there now, but man, he would have been great in his prime as like Walter White. Oh, I would have loved to see Bryan Cranston's take on it. I wish that his Lex Luthor did more show and not tell. There's so many scenes when Lex Luthor is saying how he feels and how he has this fundamental opposing ideology to Superman. I'm like, okay, but can we see that in action? Instead of you just telling us why you don't I don't know. That's just my opinion. I feel like it wasn't subtle about his hatred towards Superman or why he hates Superman or whatever. Now, let's talk about James Gunn as the head of the DCU. I support the decision. I think he's a mastermind when it comes. I think he's actually one of the few filmmakers that actually you can tell loves comic books. And I feel like a big, problem that this movie is being anointed for two different reasons. I think the first reason is because people are saying it's like a Saturday morning cartoon Superman, and I agree with that. But I don't think that's from me and you perspective. I don't think that's what we wanted,
No.
which is very selfish, but it's just the truth. I love what James Gunn has done so far within the DCU. I love the Creature Commandos. I love the Suicide Squad. I love Peacemaker. But I agree, man. It's just not for Superman. His style just does not fit a Superman story that I want to see, at least.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like there's some very good grounded moments in the film, like with Ma and Pa Clint, like with just him and Lois arguing. Like that's some of the best scenes of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But then
Unfortunately.
When Gunn leads into those gun isms that he does, the
Mm-hmm.
wackiness, all that kind of stuff. If you want to go into a Superman film and just have the complete opposite experience of Man of Steel, then you'll probably love this film.
You will.
I wanted something kind of in the middle. Sorry,
Yeah.
and I just didn't kind of get that, and I feel like it goes off the rails very quickly whenever he takes over and does that gun stuff that he typically does.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like also it's a super big mistake to use Superman in this movie as a vehicle to introduce the already established, vastly colorful world of the DCU. Like he basically, you got to accomplish two things: you got to tell a good Superman movie, and you got
Yeah.
to set up a whole new world, which is hard to do. And I feel like a lot of times in this movie, it ended up being clogged and convoluted because Superman's kind of taking his back seat to his own movie. And I feel like for a debut film, at least, we want to really just spend a lot of time with Superman, Jimmy Olsen, Lois Lane, the core group, and then we can expand it out. I've heard other critics say that this feels like a part 2 or 3 of a movie, and I kind of agree. So that's one
Well, I
of
mean,
my
he mentioned multiple times that he's tired of seeing Superman fly to Krypton. He's tired of
yeah
seeing the Batman's parents getting killed.
yeah
Which I am too, but
Yeah, but
it's the
there's still
first
other
movie,
ways.
bitch.
There's other ways to do that without telling me a complete origin. I feel like.
Sure.
But I will say some good things about the film. Now I feel like the action
Mm-hmm.
is shot very dynamic. It's very different than I've seen other Superman films live action.
Mm-hmm.
At first, it kind of threw me off guard. I'm like, okay, that's the way he's flying. It's kind of weird, but it
Mm-hmm.
grew on me. The action scenes grew on me. I will say that there's no, for me anyway, there's no standout action sequence in my opinion.
Not one. Nope.
Besides the Mr. Terrific scene, people have been praising that. I think that's a really good scene. But with Superman,
Ah.
he should have his own like just great like the scene in Man of Steel, whether you like it or not, between him fighting Zod is iconic to me.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't kind of get that kind of scene here.
Even when he was fighting the other two Kryptonians, I mean that to me still sticks out. But go ahead.
Yeah,
Sorry.
agreed. No, agreed. Yeah, agreed. I feel like one thing that Snyder nailed very well with Superman is that he feels like a god amongst men,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like this Superman feels like a guy that's strong and can fly. um, and I would love a course correction of that going forward.
There won't be.
I mean, because even in the openings, they state that he's the most powerful of all the metahumans. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't feel that way. I feel like Guy Gardner could have gave him a good advice. And, I don't know. I didn't feel like he's just this big blue hope that that from a physically imposing standpoint. One thing Snyder
Mm-hmm.
does very well is that amongst the Justice League, Aquaman is super powerful, Cyborg is super powerful, but Superman is just different. And
Yep.
I didn't feel that way. I wish I kind of wanted to feel that way. But
Yeah.
anyways, now I have some just extra talking points I just want to talk to you about and trying to get your opinions on.
Let's do it.
I do love the idea of him having like an allergic reaction to kryptonite. I thought that was a very cool kind of thing. What do you think about that?
Seen it before in Smallville.
Oh, okay.
Whatever.
So what, in Smallville, it's like an allergic reaction to kind
Mm-hmm. Yep.
of. Okay, I never
Just
knew
get
that.
sick. Yeah.
I think that you stated that Mr. Terrific was not a standout for you. I thought for me he was. I thought he was definitely. I want to see more Mr. Terrific for sure.
I don't want a Mr. Terrific spinoff. I mean, if he's in Justice League or the Justice Gang, cool. But no, he didn't stand out. He was fine.
I thought Guy Gardner was great too.
Yeah.
I wish they would have showed more because in the comic he's such an asshole. I wish they would have leaned more into that. But I mean, it's cool. I like this portrayal. I wish Hawkgirl had more to do.
Yeah. She really had anything to do.
I like how they show that she's willing to kill though. Like I like that scene at the end. She's like, "I'm not Superman." I like that kind of stuff. Did you already know about Ultraman? Like was that reveal spoiled for you through just having knowledge of the comics? I knew about it.
No, I had no
Okay.
idea. But even when it was revealed, I didn't really care. I thought they were going to go a certain way with it. Maybe it was going to be like how they did in Young Justice with the Superboy clone,
Oh, okay.
but they didn't. He's in a black hole, so cool,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. I thought the Jimmy Olsen storyline was ass. I know people have been praising it online. I didn't. I like the character. I like the guy who played Jimmy Olsen. I think what he
Sure.
did was good, but
Hmm.
him being such a pivotal piece to like I
Jimmy,
thought that was ass.
Jimmy. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
bro.
I thought that was
Sure.
ass to be honest.
James Gunn at his finest, just making a character that means absolutely nothing means something. Sure. Go ahead, man. It's funny. I got to rant again, Martin. Just give me a second. Hold on. Look, I think James Gunn is almost brilliant in terms of having like a ragtag group of characters that nobody gives a fuck about and making them come together and mean something. We've seen him do it with Guardians of the Galaxy. We've seen him do it with Suicide Squad. We've seen him do it with Creature Commandos. But again, that is just my biggest worry with Superman, bro. Superman isn't just like Superman is Superman, bro. He's not just some ragtag nigga that nobody knows about. Like, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Gets my fucking nerves. I can't stand this nigga.
Mm.
He's ruining
Uh,
everything.
So last thing I want to say is the parents' message. Well, okay, so I'm very confused on that. So is James Gunn basically rewriting the lore so that Kryptonians are like Viltrumites, where did Lex actually doctor that message? Because
It didn't seem like he doctored it. It seemed like that is what they meant. Like he's supposed to go there and rule. And if James Gunn is literally taking the canon and doing whatever he wants, look. At the end of the day, it's his universe. He's doing whatever he wants. So we just have to sit there and take it. So it doesn't matter how we feel. It doesn't matter.
didn't you feel like it was kind of weird though? Like as soon as how the message came out, like nobody questioned it. Like, oh, it's just real.
Mhm.
Like even Mr. Riffy was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's real. Like the whole world just turned on him instantly. I'm like, in the world of AI, it's like this world is so hyper,
Yeah.
advanced. You would think that people would assume like, well, maybe it's AI. Maybe it's,
Yeah. 3 years of doing good deeds and saving the world meant nothing at that point.
Yeah.
He was just like, you're an alien, you're bad. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
bro, whatever.
Yeah, but yeah, man, overall, like I give the film a B minus. I will say this though, I have a very strong issue. I've always had my entire life. Whenever a movie comes out, I'm super passionate about or super excited about, like Sinners or even Thunderbolts. I always watch the movie upon first viewing with this just super lens of like trying to just
Hmm.
dissect everything. And so even with Thunderbolts and Senators, I've watched this. I gave Senators a B plus when I first saw it. Now I think it's a match. I gave it an A plus when I saw it the second time. So I'm wondering because I do plan on watching it the second time. If knowing what I know now about this movie and how wacky it is, and James Gunn leaning to James Gunn isms, if I will enjoy it more, I'm hoping so. So we'll see upon second watch. But I do
Have
tend to
fun.
hypercriticize whenever I see a movie the first time I'm really excited about. Same thing with Thunderbolts. I enjoyed it a lot more the second time. So we'll see.
Cool.
But yeah, guys, that's our Superman review. Oh,
What'd you
so
think about Millie Acock?
I mean, I've always thought. I mean, it's gonna sound
Oh,
shallow, but I didn't get to see enough of her. I like the suit, but just from like Supergirl, like she's yeah, Sasha Calle. I'll leave it at that. But
ah,
yeah, yeah.
okay,
But
got it.
and guys, I'm very aware the world has been loving this movie so far. I've been seeing a lot of people praise this
Sure, they
movie
were.
online.
Mm-hmm.
I will stand strongly in the minority that Man of Steel, like you could argue this is a better Superman film. It's more true to the comic, sure, but you
Is it?
cannot look at me. Yeah, it is. It is. You cannot look
Mm.
at me and say that Man of Steel is not a better constructed film than this film. In my opinion. I just don't think. I mean, we can go argument for argument. I just think Man of Steel is a better film overall. But if you want to say this is a more accurate comic Superman film, then sure, you got it. But anyway, moving on. It's Snyder we trust. Let's talk about what's out and what's coming out. Pokemon, the first movie, is now streaming to watch on YouTube. I will be watching this. I haven't seen it in years. I remember crying like a fucking baby when it came out as a kid. So hopefully that nostalgia will be hit. So yeah, it's free to watch on YouTube, guys. Pokemon, the first movie. Um, Obi-Wan Kenobi season 2 is reportedly in development. What the fuck could be the story? I was very disappointed in Obi-Wan season 1. I think it has some great moments, obviously. But what are your thoughts towards this?
I liked Obi-Wan season one. I didn't love it, but I liked it. But
Hmm.
I'm not a diehard Star Wars fan who hates everything. So yeah, bring it on. Bring on Obi-Wan Kenobi. Let's do it. Bring back Hayden. I don't care. Let's do it. Don't care if it makes sense or not. Let's do it.
Okay. The Bear has been renewed for a season 5.
God damn.
Yeah, man. I give the show credit for being one of the few shows out here in modern shows that actually pumps out seasons, which is not something like a lost art form. But guys, I stopped watching. I was a strong Bear watcher up until this last season because I've been seeing the trailers. Every season is the exact same. They're having money trouble. Can't get it right.
Because they never gonna make it, boy.
Economy smoking and stressed. This is just I just can't do it. It's too cyclical for me. I'm sorry. We have our new Mr. and Mrs. Smith. So we know the first season was Childish Gambino and the Asian actress, I think her name Maya Eskren, who was the star of Blue Eye Samurai. This time it's Sophie Thatcher for season 2, who we just saw in Companion and Heretic from last year, and she will be starring with Mark Edelstein, who was the star of Anora. So those are our new Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I think it's actually a really good season. The one with Donald Glover.
Have fun.
We have a live action solo leveling series that's now in production at Netflix. So as somebody that I won't give an opinion on this, but Julian's a very strong watcher of the anime, so please give me your thoughts on this live action.
I mean, yeah, look, it this never works. Like, there's not a single instance where this has ever worked. You want
One
to bring
Piece.
up One Piece? No, you're wrong. It didn't work.
I
That
love live
that is
action
a
One Piece.
mediocre shit at best.
Okay.
Avatar: The Last Airbender is not an anime, but Bleach. They tried to do it with Death Note. They've tried to do it with
Yu Yu Hakusho.
oh my god. So yeah, this is also is not going to work. I'll watch it as soon as it comes out and let you guys know though.
So do you think it could translate? I mean, obviously,
Oh
you said it doesn't, but do you think that just the source material is too out there for a live action thing?
yes, yes.
A Night at the Museum reboot is in the works.
Oh my god.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on this?
Okay. I saw the first one, which I think I remember thinking that it was a fine, it was like, okay, I had fun.
Pretty good.
But then I realized there were 3 of them and I was just like, no, thank you. Like, I'm good. So yeah, no, this is for the new generation of children. So y'all have fun.
Yeah, man, we're in the age of when reboots just come faster and faster. Like there was a time when at least 10 years have passed, 15 years have passed before the new one will come out. Maybe 10 years has passed. I'm not sure, but like Ben Stiller is still very much alive and healthy. Like, why not just do another season? Why are we
They did 3. You want to do a 4?
or just don't do it at all? Like, why are we rebooting Night at the fucking Museum? Who's this for? Like, I don't.
It's for the kids, fool. It ain't for you, nigga. Grown ass man. It's for the kids. It's for the 5-year-old, 6-year-old little Johnnies that never seen it or that don't want to see that old shit that's in fucking 1080p. They want to see a 4K Night at the Museum. Yeah.
Okay. Vin Diesel says that Paul Walker's character Brian will return in the final Fast and Furious movie, Fast and Furious 11. What are your thoughts on this?
Guys, Paul Walker's been dead for like 8 years. I don't understand. I guess they're just gonna like use his brother again. He do like a CGI his face, like, but is it that integral, bro? Like, let this man rest, bro. Let him rest. Like he's dead in real life. Let him rest, man. Like there's I can't think of a single storyline. And look, maybe I'll be like, you know what, this storyline was worth bringing back Brian O'Connor and Paul Walker, but bro, I don't think there's anything out there that's that big of a deal to try to raise somebody from the dead to play a character. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I think this is borderline disrespectful, honestly. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think I tend to agree. I mean, the only reason I can see them bringing him back is because he is just so integral to the overall franchise. And if they do bring him back, it's got to be a limited capacity. Don't give this nigga a fucking
like, yeah, like is he gonna have a 45-minute like screen? Like,
right.
So forget about a cud. Like, come on, bro.
One more time. I ain't gonna lie, right. Crazy.
No, it's disrespectful.
Yeah, I think this is kind of weird too, to be honest.
I mean, because first of all, that's such a slippery slope. Because if it ends up working out, Darth Vader is always going to be back. Chadwick Boseman's going to come back as Black Panther, and like we don't want to do this. Like we don't want to open Pandora's box here. So yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I was saying, speaking of dead, rest in peace to the actor Julian McMahon, I believe, the guy who played Doctor Doom in the original Fantastic Four films in the early 2000s.
Yeah,
he's been dealing with cancer silently for a long time, I believe. So just really sad. I like this Doom portrayal. It's not comic accurate, but I think he brought a certain kind of charm to it. Also, he's a big star of Nip Tuck as well, which my parents used to watch. So.
It's so funny because anytime anybody brings this guy up, me and my mom used to watch Charmed, and he was a huge part of the show Charmed. They used to come on the CW and WB, and you know, I was excited to go see the Fantastic Four because I was like, oh shit, this is the dude from Charmed. He's in it, and
Jessica Alba, you fucking okay. I'm not gonna say it, but
I was 8. Did I get fucked by women at 8 years old, bitch? This nigga horny, boy. This nigga horny. No, I didn't care about him. I didn't care about her. I cared about my nigga Cole from Charm. But anyway, yeah, RIP to him, man.
Yeah, RIP Julian. Let's talk about some teasers and trailers that are out right now. Did you see the trailer, or the teaser, should I say, to The Odyssey Before Superman, Christopher Nolan's film?
What? No, I didn't see it. No, they didn't show it in my screening.
They didn't show it?
Okay. Remember, I went to a special Amazon Prime screening, so they showed they showed Wicked for Good, and then the movie came on. I was like, good. I need to do more of these.
Well, yeah, guys. It's been throwing the word about Storm. Basically, this new Odyssey teaser. It's just basically Tom Holland talking to John Bernthal, and we get like some very cool visuals. That's it. They're still filming it right now. I don't know how they have this much footage, but that 5 seconds of footage, bro, looks fucking epic. I mean, Christopher Nolan from a technical aspect, he might be the best. He's not my favorite. He might just be the best from an objectively good filmmaking. Like, he's the best director out right now. It's definitely Christopher Nolan. Man. I'm so excited for this.
I'm assuming Tom Holland is putting on an accent here.
I don't think so, because John Bernthal has the most to say in this teaser, and he's talking like John Bernthal. So, I don't think so. So yeah, let me tell you something, Odysseus. The trailer for the new Cat in the Hat film starring Bill Hader as voicing the Cat in the Hat. This time it's animated and not live action. In theaters next year, February 27th.
Hold on, I'm sorry. I just got an email alert from my AMC. And I was like, what the fuck is this? I didn't order anything. Freakier Friday. Going to see it on a special screening, first screening on August 8th. Avia Vargas purchased this. I guess I'm going to see Freakier Friday. Great. Can't wait. Sorry.
Can't complain to you, huh?
Right. Damn. Could have been busy that day.
She said, no, you're not.
What are we talking about? The Cat in the Hat?
Yeah, trailer. Yeah. Okay.
Only you and 10-year-olds are excited about this. So
I'm actually not excited about that after watching the trailer. The 2003 live action Cat in the Hat.
Oh, here we go.
I will never forget you. You know what? It's actually coming soon on your fucking random recommendations, because this movie is so.
I've seen it. It was ass.
Okay.
Yeah, it was ass.
It's ass. It's so
ass.
It's insane, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen it as an adult though?
No, thank God. No, but I saw it as a child, and even as a child, I was like, "This is ass."
But that film has so many adult innuendos and like just I don't know how this film made it to theater, but I highly recommend you watch it again as an adult because it's insane. Also, I noticed in the trailer they're turning Thing 1 and 2. There's like 10 things now, 13 things.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to Minions this shit up.
Yes, they are.
I'm calling
merch,
it out.
toys. Yep.
It's going to be a Things 1 through 10 movie spinoff. I promise you, I'm calling it that. But I wasn't excited for this. It looks definitely more kiddie than the 2003 version, which could be a good thing because that was unhinged, like I said. Let's talk about the trailer for Edgar Wright's The Running Man. Has been
Hmm.
released. It's coming in theaters November 7th, starring Glenn Powell. They're trying to make him the next It guy in Hollywood. What are your thoughts? This is a remake of the 1987 film starring Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Um, this is a Stephen King. I didn't know Stephen King did this. It's an adaptation of Stephen King novel, which I think is pretty cool. He does all kind of shit. But what are your thoughts?
Um.
And did you watch the 87 with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
I have not, which is
Oh wow.
interesting. Or maybe I haven't. I just don't remember it. Like I said, my grandma used to put on Arnold's movies all the time, and maybe this is one of the ones that just didn't appeal to me. But anyway, um, yeah, this trailer, Glenn Powell. First of all, I like Glenn Powell, and I agree. I think that Hollywood is trying to make us understand that this guy is important and that he's going to be the next guy. But this trailer didn't necessarily make me want to go see the movie, and Glenn Powell being in it didn't either.
Mm,
Um, now, as somebody that loves classic action, I'll probably check this out anyway. But that 1 minute and 30-second trailer didn't like captivate me and make me say like, "Damn, I need to be in there to see this." So
right.
yeah,
Do you have an inkling to want to watch the 87 version before to kind of compare or no?
yeah, I probably will. Yeah,
Okay.
but
Yeah. I know
I,
you're
I
gonna.
mean, I'm only gonna watch it just to see if I had already seen it before, and because Arnold Schwarzenegger's in it. Prime Arnold, yeah, I'm gonna watch it. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
So 87 is before Terminator, right?
No, it was after Terminator. The first Terminator came out like '82, I think.
Oh wow. Okay, my
Mm-hmm.
bad. So yeah, I mean, actually, this looks like a mix of like John Wick and Hunger Games from like a tone and plot standpoint. And
Mm.
I thought this looks like I've been so like almost like horror. I've been so tired of the saturated action movies where everything's just a revenge flick. It's just the same
Mm-hmm.
kind of beat for beat thing.
Mm-hmm.
I disagree, man. This looks like a lot of just fun. I don't know, like it looks like actual
Mm.
like genuine good filmmaking. That's also an
Mm-hmm.
action movie. And I credit Edgar Wright. He's a I think Edgar Wright did Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, by the way. I wish we had
My
that
favorite
debate.
movie ever.
But yeah, this actually looks like a genuine good time, man. I'm excited for this. This looks very different than most action films that we get. Like I said, you can just tell there's some craftsmanship behind here. It's not just an empty movie, but so maybe I'll watch the 87 version as well because obviously it was inspired by something that came before. That's pretty cool. So yeah,
Okay.
nice. Next trailer, guys, is for the film Project Hail Mary. This is starring Ryan Gosling. The film follows a teacher who is sent 12 light years away from Earth to save humanity after the sun began to erode. In theaters March 20th of next year. What are your thoughts?
No thanks.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I think that this. I'm pretty sure this was from a book, and like the plot details sounded like something that's in a novel, and I was just like, I no, thank you. I'm sure that the niggas that go to the movies every single day are gonna have something to say about this, but that's not me, man. So y'all have fun.
I mean, I'm a huge sci-fi guy, so like how you are with horror. So I'll watch this. I love when sci-fi is given a respectable budget, and I think Ryan Gosling's a great actor. So this is one of the movies that I'm sure I could walk into and end up leaving loving. Like, I love those kind of movies where it's like a surprise almost. So I'll check
Mm.
it out for sure. And it comes from Phil Lord and Chris Miller, who are who've done the Spider Verse film, so they're doing something a little bit different, which I like.
Love
Last
those
trailer, guys,
movies
is for a
too,
movie
as you
called.
know. So yeah.
Anyway, last trailer, guys, is for a movie called Red Sonja. This is based off a comic book character who's often paired with Conan the Barbarian. She's a woman. It's coming to theaters in digital August 15th. What are your thoughts on this trailer? I'm interested to hear this.
Yeah. So I have to be honest here. I cut this off about a minute
Oh,
and a
okay.
half into it. I was just like, I no, thank you. There was a comment you made earlier about Scarlett Johansson, like 5'2" white woman being like the savior of this Jurassic thing. And that's exactly how I feel about this. Why is
Mhm.
this 4'11" white woman battling these gladiators and not only winning, like destroying them handily? At some point, we need to have some type of believability.
Mm.
And there's a reason why when action movies are made, there's a reason why The Rock is in it. He's 6'5", he's huge. You can actually believe some of the things he's doing. Now, obviously, they always take it too far. Like Vin Diesel, fucking, like he's fucking lifting up buildings and shit. But
Right.
like, at least we can suspend our disbelief enough to kind of believe some of the stuff that goes on in these action movies. And part of the reason why Ballerina, I mean, even though I love the movie, but I think that the only critique I had was Ana de Armas, in that I think that some of the stuff that happened in that movie, it was just a little too unbelievable for her little bitty frame, just be beating everybody's ass like this. Um, and based on what I saw in this trailer, I was just like, I'm not going to waste my time. So, it's funny because like in terms of like storytelling and epicness, it kind of looked like it may be there. But I've been fooled before, bitch. I've been fooled before by a trailer. So you're not gonna get me. Y'all have fun. Check Monty's Instagram.
Yeah, I think what you said definitely holds weight about seeing this kind of woman and her being this kind of disbelievable. I'm saying some crazy words today, but but what kind of separates this from the Scarlett Johansson thing is based off a comic book, and so I'm able to suspend disbelief. And I think that if you know me, you know I love fantasy, and this does look like kind of like low budget fantasy to be honest. But I just love fantasy so much that I'll probably be here for this, man. Like this kind of reminds me of that same kind of tone of like a Scorpion King, where it's like not the biggest budget, but it's probably just a fun time, as you like to say. And so I haven't gotten a fantasy film in theaters in a while. I can't remember the last one I saw fantasy. I don't know. So I'll check this one out, man. Yeah, I'll check it out.
Okay, I'm sure you will.
I'm sure Conan the Barbarian will have some kind of post-credit scene. I'm sure it'll just be so funny. He's like, we heard you called for Conan. Why don't you fucking Jason Momoa or somebody pop out?
Oh God, whatever.
Wait, who had that Conan movie a couple years ago? Was that was Jason Momoa that started in there, right? Remember, like I feel like
I don't remember. I know Arnold did it back in the day, but I don't remember.
Yeah, that was Arnold. Okay, but there was like one in like 2011 or something like that.
Really?
Last segment, guys. We just talk about some random stuff that's happening in the world right now. AMC theaters will officially offer 50% off movie tickets on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. It will be available to those that are part of the AMC Stubs Rewards program. Guys, if you aren't part of AMC Stubs, I highly recommend you get it. It's free. I have A-list where I can go see 3 movies a week, obviously, but Stubs is just a lot of perks that come with that. So, yeah, half off. You can't beat that Tuesdays and Wednesdays if you don't have A-list like me and Julian. I definitely think it's a good deal for sure. Speaking of that, but I went to Regal actually to see Superman because like all the AMC IMAX were sold out, and I spent $50 on snacks. Isn't that crazy? $50
That is crazy, fat ass. What were you getting, nigga?
First of all, I brought my mom, bitch, and she's
okay.
fucking fat ass because she got a pizza popcorn combo with a large drink. And
I mean, all right, yeah, okay.
Yeah. And the tickets themselves are $50 because it's like
$25 a piece. Yeah,
$100 for a fucking movie, a B- movie.
Yeah.
And guys, also speaking of Superman, I just want to say that some movies are just meant to see in IMAX. Like I say, F1, Dune. This movie, Superman, Sinners. You don't have to see this in IMAX. It doesn't. For me, anyway, it didn't give me like, I just have to watch this in IMAX. So I just want to let you know, if you save your money, you are debating. Last bit of news here, guys, is TikTok is working on a new app design specifically for the U.S. users only. Set to launch September 5th. The company plans to shut down the current version by March of next year. So that's kind of sucks because we won't, as Americans, we won't get like to see TikToks from other people anymore, which I think that's kind of the appeal. But yeah, whatever.
I mean, if they do this, it'll be the end of TikTok as we know it. And the American version will probably die down. I mean, it's like you said, like part of the point is the discoverability and being able to see things from all over the world. So yeah, I mean, except North Korea, I guess, and Cuba and. Well, no, I've been seeing some Cuban shit, but yeah, yeah, that's it.
I'm scared to go down that rabbit hole. But yeah, guys, that wraps up today's pod. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share
there it is.
Frisky.
Yes.
Yes, man. Yes. Please give me
Thank you, Monty.
I'm sure you guys loved it more than we did. So
yeah, drop it in the comments. Let us know what you think, and I will debate all of you. This is not a good movie. Yeah, it wasn't good. Okay, thank you, everybody.
Steal for life, baby.